What is up, guys? What is up, guys? Welcome to Sixes Alert, episode 149. 149 of Sixes Alert. You know what's funny? I remember starting this back in the day. I remember I thought I was going to do this, religiously, weekly. I thought this was going to be the podcast of my channel, right? I started using OBS, right? And, I was in the rhythm, and then, you know what? It just didn't pick up. Now I'm back here picking it up at episode 149. So, gonna try to bring this back consistently. People have been missing it, so now here we are. What is up, Will? What is up, man? Thank you for stopping by. What is up, Ryan? What is good? And Jay actually came in earlier, and he went, Trey on the Wizards is fitting. No accountability player or a team that has no accountability. That's actually funny. Yeah, let's just get right into the episode by talking about Trey Young, right? Trey Young just got traded last night, right after, right after the Sixers were playing the Wizards. Right after that game, Trey Young got traded to the Wizards for Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum. So those were the two trade that everybody was talking about. Everybody knew it was going to happen because CJ McCollum was resting, Corey Kispert was resting. It was just that time where you just knew something was up. You knew something was going to happen, right? And at that moment, what did you get? Mic drop. And here's the biggest thing about the trade, right? Here's the biggest thing. There was no draft picks. No draft picks whatsoever. If you look it up on Twitter or X, if you look it up on Twitter or X, every every post, it's like no picks, no picks, no picks. So my question is, why did it take so long? Right? Why did it take so long? To it took like 8 hours or something like that. It took forever for them to come to agreement, and they did. Corey Kispert and CJ McCollum for Trey Young. So why did the Hawks trade Trey Young? First, it was a collective, right? They knew they were kind of done with Trey Young. They just want to move on from him. It was basically the fact that they were not going anywhere, right? Trey Young's been on a decline as of late scoring the ball. If you look at the points per game, he goes from like 28, 25, 22. His 3-point percentage has been going down. His assists have been going up, but his stats don't translate to wins. They really don't translate to wins. So with that being said, it was just like it ran its course. It ran its course, and that was the perfect time for him to get traded. The perfect time. And then what happens now? What happens? It was a salary dump. That was it. This whole trade was just based off of a salary dump. That was it. If it wasn't for that, then I don't know what it is. Trey Young was going to make 45 mil this year, and he has a player option. So if you guys did not know what a player option is, right? A player option is when, right, you're on the last year of your contract, and then you can take on another year if you want to stay. If you want to stay there on that given organization, and they give you a player option for one more year, you could take it or decline. Trey Young was going to decline it, right? He was going to decline it and move on. And now they were like, it's just managed courts. It's done. It's done. And this goes back to the Luka Doncic trade. Remember draft night when Luka and Trey traded for each other, got traded for each other? So you go back to that, and now Luka's on the Lakers. Trey Young is now on the Wizards. It's just it's just funny where where these two players are not at. And then you have CJ McCollum now on the Hawks with pretty much one of the best perimeter defenders in the league in Dyson Daniels. So you have that backup, right? You also got Reese Essay, you got a Kongwu, you got a good team over there of young guys. And Kispert, that is the guy that they wanted over there for a long time. So a long time they wanted Corey Kispert. He's coming off a bench. He's a role player, pretty much. He's quick. He could shoot the ball. He could do everything that you need to succeed. But then you're like, well, they wanted Kispert. They attached CJ McCollum for the salary to match up, and then that was it. That was the end of the story. So that's basically the main reason why. Trey Young cost too much, and his time in Atlanta pretty much ran its course. And then you go to the Hawks, they just got CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. That's basically it. It was not that big of a trade. Everyone thought, or I thought personally, that there will be a third team trade. I thought this will be a three-team trade for more picks and stuff, to even out the money and salary. But no, there was no picks like that at all. No picks in the trade. And I find that kind of funny. I find that kind of hilarious right there. So there's that. So Trey Young does get traded to the Washington Wizards. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but Trey Young's actually injured. He has a couple nagging injuries. He has a couple injuries here and there. He may not even play, honestly. When was the last time he played? It's been quite a bit for Trey Young for him to play. And then now he's on the Wizards. Who knows if he's going to play this year? Who knows? And then the Hawks, another reason why they did it, they're trying to get Anthony Davis over there. They're trying to get Anthony Davis there, to clear cap space, start a new era, and you get Anthony Davis there, that does level him up when he's healthy. When Anthony Davis is healthy, right, you get more defense, you get more scoring, and they can build around Anthony Davis. We got to wait and see. It's going to be a little bit. Trade deadline's in a month. So we're going to see a lot of trades like this when it's time. We're going to see a lot more trades, a lot more rumors, and honestly, I'm here for it. I am here for that. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun time. Now, speaking of trades, I did have a quote unquote docket here, but I'm going to skip a couple things and just go right to the last one. And let's talk about Daryl Morey and the trades, right? And should they really make a trade? Should they not? Right now, Daryl Morey, he's in a really difficult situation right now. You have this team playing unbelievable right now with VJ Edgecombe, Joel Embiid, PG, Tyrese Maxey, like quote unquote the big four now. So you have that going on for you. You have Kelly Oubre back. We're going to talk about that more in a little bit. We have Kelly Oubre back. We got a couple nice pieces here and there. Trenton Wofford, who came back. We have Quentin Grimes. He's been playing well as of late. He got 16 points last night, which was very, very good. He hasn't been shooting well as of late. It was nice for him to get that. You have Jaron McCain, right? Now, when you talk about Jaron McCain, this is a sophomore slump for him. Really, it is. Is this really a time for him to get traded? You could, right? I'm open to it. I am open to it. If he's getting traded for the right piece, yes. But if they don't make a trade, if Daryl Morey wants to be doing that, I gotta trust him. I'm not a big fan of Daryl Morey, but Darren McCain could be. Oh, great! I have the hiccups. Great. I can't believe I have the hiccups. God dang. But yeah, Darren McCain, he might be that piece, right? If you want to get someone to raise the value for the value he does have, yeah. Darren McCain did drop from last season to this season. Like his 3 point percentage was a huge drop off. His scoring percentage is a huge drop off. Personally, I think he's thinking too much on the court. He's trying to make the best play. He's not trying to take the easy play, in all my opinion. But he's just in the sophomore slump coming off of those injuries. One right here in his shooting hand and an ACL. So it sucks for Jaron McCain. It really does. I'm a huge Jaron McCain fan. But now it's like, okay, what do we do here? What do we do? When he's on the court, I love him when he's on the court. I want him to get buckets. I want him to succeed. But if he's not succeeding, then I don't know. I don't know. He is kind of like the odd man out now. You have Maxey, Edgecombe, and Grimes. He's kind of odd man out in that rotation now, which sucks. It really does. But Daryl Morey's got a decision to make. Is he going to make a trade or is he not? Because with Daryl Morey making this trade, he's always been that guy to go for the splash, right? He's always been that guy to go for the big fish in the small pond. That is him. Are we going to see that this year, or is he going to just coast on by? Is he just going to coast on by? That is my question to you guys. Is he just going to coast on by, or is he going to be all right? We need to move. We have a chance to climb the rankings here. We need to make a move, but is that really worth it for jeopardizing the chemistry and all that? So make sure you guys let me know. Is this the time to trade uh Jaron McCain or whatever have you? Let's go back to the comments real quick. Will goes, I thought he would go to a playoff contender, which the Wizards are not. That is the strangest part about the whole thing. The fact that he's going to Washington, it's like, why? He is the guy there. And shout out to my guy, Big Simple 42. He popped into my live stream last night. We were talking about the Sixers and Wizards, talking about the game. And Trey Young brings a lot to the Wizards, right? Spacing, who will make Alex Sarr even better. That might be the best big man that Trey Young has ever played with. Remember Dwayne Dedman that he had? I mean, come on, Alex Sarr is pretty much going to be better than Dwayne Dedman, but it's like he brings his spacing, he brings his shooting, he brings the playmaking, all of that. But here's the biggest key: he brings the marketing. The Atlanta Hawks are not a big NBA market. They are not. But once you get Trey Young there, it's like people are going to want to spend that money to see him play. Or not the Hawks, the Wizards. He's going to be one of those guys that you're going to want to see, that you're going to want to be like, okay, is he going to play? I want to see him drop 50, right? Oh, can you imagine that rivalry now with the Knicks and the Wizards now? Because the Knicks fans cannot stand Trey Young. They cannot. What is up, Blaze? What is up, man? Would be tough to find a shooter for a trade, but we'll see. Anything can happen. Exactly. Exactly. And I'm fine for where this team is. Blaze, you and I talked earlier today. It's just one of those times where it's just like everything's going so well for the Sixers team, but it's like, do we need the extra piece to climb up into the rankings, into the standings? Do we need that guy? Do we need to be, another step forward? We don't need another 20 guy. We really don't. Edgecombe, we're going to talk about Edgecombe a lot on this episode. We're going to talk about him a lot, but Edgecombe can go off for 30 in one night. Edgecombe can go off for 25. Like, Edgecombe can do pretty much anything. Trae and Trae. Wizards got two trades now. That is true. That is true. I forgot about the other Trae. You can't spell trade without Trae. Ah, that's a good one, Blade. I gotta admit, that was a funny one. That was a funny one. I'll give you that, bro. What is up, Chad? Yeah, minutes what is up? I heard Philly halftime being the Wizards now. He might be a Wizards fan. Who the hell knows? Yeah, Chad. The fact is, who is out there? Are there good bench players out there for trade market? Not too sure, but who knows? Here's another thing. Maybe that guy can name three. Can he name three? But yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult. Yeah, I haven't talked to him all day. Let's see the trade. So you guys definitely like this trade here. So we're going to cancel that as well. We'll make another vote later. So yeah, Daryl Morey has a decision to make. Whether to trade him, whether to keep the players. We just gotta wait and see on that. It's gonna be very, very fun to witness that and see what they're up to. Next up, let's talk about the Sixers' consistency as of late. The Sixers' consistency, especially the big three, has been really cool to see. Has been really good. We've been begging, we've been begging on these guys to, be healthy, stay on the court, and gel. Because the big three, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George, they have not been as consistent in the beginning of the season as they are now due to injuries, due to being holed out for load management and all that stuff. So with that being said, and now they're starting to click, they're starting to find a rhythm, which is good. Now the Sixers are becoming one of those teams where you gotta be scared to face. You're like, which Sixers team am I gonna get? Are each one of these guys gonna go off for 20? Is VJ Edgecombe going to put someone on a poster? Which Sixers team are we going to get? Which is very, very intriguing. Very, very intriguing. I believe the Sixers' big three only won 3 or 4 games so far together. So far. But that number at this rate is definitely going to go up. It's definitely gonna go up. Remember when everybody or most Sixers fans are saying we don't need Joel Embiid right now. Joel Embiid is gonna hold us back with his injuries and all that. The guy's been balling out. The Joel Embiid has been doing everything he can on offensive side of the ball or offensive side of the ball that he can do to help this team win. He's going down low, or not as much. He's getting buckets when it's need to be to get buckets. He's getting to the line. He's putting up 26, 27, 28 points a night. You gotta love that from Joel Embiid. And I'm not a big fan of Joel Embiid anymore. I'm not. I'm pretty much done with this guy. I am done with Joel Embiid. But you gotta give him credit where credit is due. And is he going to be good for this team going forward? A lot of Sixers fans, I had enough of him, but he's been balling out as of late. You got to give him respect where it's respect is due. So, yeah, my point is with consistency, this is becoming a good thing for the Sixers right now. And I love it. I love every second of it. Every second of it. And I am glad. Even Paul George said after the game, there's a YouTube short on my channel, guys. Go check it out. What Paul George said. He's like, it's good. We're finding our thing, which is good. But the next step is consistency. That is their next step. And I love that. I honestly love that from Paul George. I just need to see them execute it. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. So, yeah, I'm telling you, man, if this big three in Edgecombe click even more, maybe we can pass Toronto. Maybe we can pass New York. Who knows? The sky's the limit. You never know which Sixers team you're going to get. That's the question. Which Sixers team are we going to get? Yo, me, the Sixers big three is Maxey, VJ, and either PG or Embiid. True, true. PG and MB's play has been a pleasant surprise. Hope they can continue it. Hopefully, hopefully, and especially tomorrow we're against the Orlando Magic, which is going to be fun. I think Franz Wagner is supposed to be back, and Paolo Banchero against the Sixers. That'll be fun. What is up, Arku? What is up, my guy? At the Sixers, three main guys had 20 plus points last night. That is true. Yes, we're going to talk about the game in depth in a little bit, but yeah, Embiid had 28. I think Paul George had 22, and Maxey had 20. Like the big three, those three guys had the most points out of everybody combined. So when you add 28, what was it, like 82 around there, and we scored 131? Here, let me look at this real quick. So we're gonna go here. Paul George had 23, Maxey 22, and Embiid 28. So you had 50, 73. Right, 28 plus 22, that's 50, plus 23, 73. 73 out of 131, which is crazy. That is honestly, I think this is the best game that the three play together. This is the best game that the big three play together. And yes, it's against the Washington Wizards, right? It's against them. But this is the chance to make a statement. This was a statement game, especially after losing to Denver when they were out 8 guys. We had to make a statement. The big three had to come together. And what has happened? They have come together. They were doing everything, the passing, the playmaking. This team last night was the playmaking was unbelievable. The assists are through the roof. This is what happens when you play as a team. When you play as a team, right? You gel, the plays come together, the chemistry is there, you guys are hitting shots and everything. It is absolutely perfect how they played last night. And yes, the Wizards suck. You got to make a statement. And they made a statement. They made a statement. So, yeah, that was fun. That was that was a good game. Who cares who it was against? They are all NBA Pro teams. We saw what happened against Denver. The win versus Washington is a good sign for the future. Exactly what I just said. Like it was a statement game. We're gonna lose some games that we're supposed to win. We're gonna win some games that we're probably gonna lose. That's the nature of sports. That's the nature of NBA. That is the nature of competition. You don't know what's gonna happen. All you can control is the basketball in the hoop. That's the only thing you can control. And look what happened with the Sixers game last night. Look what happened. What is up, Brian? What is up, guys? What is up? Make sure you guys like and share this out. Really, really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Next up, let's go into the game last night. Let's go into this game last night. The Sixers versus Wizards, and we defeat the Wizards 131 to. Hold on, I can't find. There it is. No, wait, no, that's not it. There we go. All right, guys. So the Sixers did win last night, 131 to 110. That was the score last night. Let's go into the box score really, really quick here. And I got a hot take. I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, but I got a hot take. Let's go with Paul George. He won player of the game last night, right? He started off with 18 points in the first half. 18 points. He started off high. He cooled off a little bit. He finished with 23, 4, and 5. He's more on the defensive side of the ball. He said that in his press conference after the game. He had 2 steals and 1 block. He has really been efficient as of late on the defensive side of the ball, which is good because when you have those other players that are open to scoring on the fast break, Embiid, Edgecombe, Maxey, and then you have Grimes there. You got Oubre, you got Wofford. Paul George is not really asked to do a lot, but the only reason we ask him to do a lot because he's getting paid so much money and he's got to play like it. That's the thing. That's gonna bother me for how long as you're gonna be here for it. But he did a really, he played really well last night. Really, really well. He was the guy. He played the role of a vet. He played the role of a vet last night. He let the other guys cook. He really did. Now, let's get into Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, 28 points, 10 for 14 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3. He also went 7 for 8 from the free throw line. He also had 2 blocks on the defensive side of the ball. So Joel Embiid continued to do his thing. He's still being attacked on the defensive side. Hey, he's got to do better than that. I'm surprised he actually had 7 rebounds, to be honest. But with Joel Embiid playing like that, it's good. It's good. So it's just I like that. Never fear, 9 is here. Yeah. All right. So let's get back to this real quick. Let's get back to this. Maxi. Maxi did not really shoot well from three. It's gonna happen. 22 points, 4 for 10 from the three, 0 for 1 from the free throw line, 9 for 15. He had 8 assists. He led the team in playmaking. He led the team in playmaking. He let the other guys eat. He does not have to score so many points. He does not. He is still in the MVP conversation no matter what happens. Because without Maxi and with those players who are out in the beginning of the year, Paul George and Embiid, There was no way we would be where we are right now if it wasn't for Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey can do no wrong. If he goes over 8 on one half and it comes up plus at the end, who cares? Did we win the game? Yes, we still won the game. But in the heat of the moment, you're going to be angry and be like, what is this? This is a terrible game from Maxey. That's normal. That is normal. So, with that being said, with Tyrese Maxey, good game out of him. And the biggest thing that's happened is Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is now back, guys. Kelly Oubre is now back. He finished with he played 20 minutes, which is honestly pretty crazy. He had 2 points, 0 for 2 for 3, 1 for 4. He had 3 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals. So Kelly Oubre is doing what he had to do to win this game. It's the first game back after being out for 2 months. He's going to find his rhythm again. He's going to gel. And then who knows? He'll be in the starting lineup before you know it. Before you know it, he'll be back in the starting lineup. But here's my hot take. Maybe Dominic Barlow should stay in at 4. What is up, Jay? What is up, man? How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. So maybe Dominic Barlow should stay at the 4 and have Kelly Oubre come off the bench. People may not like that. It's just a hot take I have because Dominic Barlow, the hustle he's been bringing, the points he's been playing, he's been scoring. Nobody ever thought that Dominic Barlow was going to play like this. Nobody thought. You're telling me in the chat right now, you're telling me who's ever watching this later. If you're watching this later, leave a like and comment down below. Please do. Um, you were going to tell me this two-way G League guy will be playing like this. You're telling me you knew that Dominic Barlow was going to play like this? And look what he's at right now. Right now, he's at 8 points, 5 boards, and 2 assists. But with him, it does not matter on the court. It matters, I mean, on the stat sheet, it matters for more the eye test. And that's what Dominic Barlow is bringing. Maybe he should stay at the 4th spot. Maybe. Hopefully, they have a really good power forward position. Really, really good. You know what? I want to get into that. Let's get into that real quick here. I want to get into the power forward spot. Let's get into that. We'll go back to the game in a little bit here. But let's go to the power forward spot. The 4th, right? You got Dominic Barlow. You got Kelly Oubre. You got Trendon Wofford, etc. You got these guys, and Paul George. I'm going to throw Paul George in there as well. You have these 4 guys that any one of them is a good power forward. It depends on the right situation. Like, remember when the season was starting, we thought our power forward position would be our weakest spot because Yabu was gone? Well, newsflash, the Knicks are trying to trade Yabu now. The New York Knicks are trying to trade Gershon Yabusele. I thought I was going to miss Yabu, but I don't. I don't miss Yabu at all now. I really don't. When you look at this power forward spot, you have Dominic Barlow, who's playing tremendous right now. You got to give him a standard contract. You got to do that. That is one. Two, Trendon Wofford's playmaking off the bench is so underrated. He had 3 assists last night, guys. He had 3 assists last night, Trendon Wofford. That is a beautiful thing to see. Beautiful. Paul George, he's there defensively. He's going to score some buckets here and there. So, and then Kelly Oubre. You cannot forget about Kelly Oubre. Before he got injured, he was arguably one of the best players on the team. He was ahead of Paul George in the options, right? I'm sure there were Sixers fans out there that were going like, look, we need Kelly Oubre to score some buckets. We need Kelly Oubre to get these points more than Paul George because Paul George is never on the team. He is never Paul George wasn't playing. So Oubre was that guy. So my point is the power forward position is not our weakest spot. Honestly, I can't think of a weak spot. I really can't. And then you could have a Dembona as the 4. You've been seeing that times lately with the Dembona and Joel Embiid. You have been seeing Drummond and Embiid as that. You've been seeing Bona and Drummond at some time. So the power forward spot, when you add Bona into the mix as well, 5, you have 5, which is honestly crazy. is honestly crazy. I am fine with this power forward position. I am. I love this power forward spot. Let me know in the chat, guys. How do you guys feel about this power forward spot for the Philadelphia 76ers? The number 4 spot. How do you guys feel? Uh, you're saying hey to each other. It- oh, it wasn't erased. I saw it. I read it off. Yeah, I thought it was a good trade, both sides. Edgecombe is rookie of the year. What is up, David? What is up, man? Shout out to you. Rookie year, they're going to give it to Cooper Flag. And I do have this hot take. Edgecombe is going to be an all-rookie NBA team. He'll be on the first team for rookies. Trade PG for peanuts. Yeah, I would love that. Like I said, like I knew to reach when healthy, all playing well, no holes in the roster, no need to make a trade, but you never know. I gave up on Embiid to PJ too, but if they're playing like they have been, I'm all for it. Hey, if we're winning games consistently and they're playing consistently, healthy, and looking good, you never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen here. You really don't. Like you have Maxi in the MVP conversation. You have Edgecombe in the Rookie of the Year conversations. You have Joel Embiid. There's a case where Joel Embiid should get voted into the All-Star game. I don't agree with that, but there's a case to be made about Joel Embiid getting to the All-Star game. Like you can't be mad at this team right now. You really can't. And when you want the Sixers to make a trade or not, it's not your call. It's not your call. That's one. And two, what are we going to get for each player? What are we going to get? Right. So yeah, the power forward position, I love it. I love it right now. I just hate Paul George's contract. So I want to talk about the defense last night. Let's talk about the defense last night, guys. The defense against the Washington Wizards. I know it's the Wizards, but they're still professionals and all that stuff. We had, guess how many steals? Guys, guess how many steals? The Philadelphia 76ers had 15 steals. 15 steals against the Washington Wizards. And VJ Edgecombe had 5 of them. I'm going to say that again. The Philadelphia 76ers had 15 steals. Edgecombe had 5 of them. The perimeter defense was locked down. The defense, the blocking was incredible. We had 6 blocks, and Embiid had 2 of them. Like, this pretty much was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen this season. Like, I love this defensive game. I love this scheme that they had running. I love it. Next step is Orlando. Can they keep it up? Pause. What? I don't know. We're gonna wait and see. We gotta wait and see on that. But this defense was so immaculate. Was so good. If they find a good trade, then do it. That's why we're on YouTube. Yeah. But please, there has been some YouTubers, some big YouTubers who've actually gotten jobs with with the NBA for like scouting and stuff. They have. So without PG, Sixers can just go play. No BS, no politics. Win or lose, just playing their game. With him or without him, you're exactly right. With him or without him, Paul George has cost too damn much. That is it. He costs too damn much. Yeah, that's a damn much. So the defense was good last night. Kelly Oubre played in his return game. It was just like a very good game against the Washington Wizards. Yes, they were down players, but I don't care. A win is a win. Now, this is what I'm going to spend the most time on. This is what I'm going to spend the most time on. And that is VJ Edgecombe. Let's start off with VJ Edgecombe right now. He changed the Philadelphia 76ers by himself from last year to this year. And let me explain. Last year, what were we lacking? What were we lacking last year? Athleticism and perimeter defense. What does Edgecombe bring? Athleticism and perimeter defense. We have another legit scoring option. Edgecombe is the 4th scoring option. Well, with Paul George out there, he's 3. Some people are actually arguing with the fact Edgecombe should be the third scoring option or maybe even the second scoring option. The fact that he's there adding another scoring punch, which is huge. This is amazing. And then you go to last year's team, right? You had Maxi sometimes out there with Quentin Grimes. You had him out there with Eric Gordon, Kyle Lowry. The backcourt was so bad last year with Tyrese Maxey. So bad. Like we were slow. We were not hitting all cylinders. We were not fast. The offense was not flowing. The offense wasn't fluid. It was just that god dang bad from last year to this year. Now let's talk about this year, right? This year, Escombe and Maxey could be one of the best backcourts in the NBA for years to come. That is one. Two, Edgecombe is providing shooting. He can shoot the ball. Remember on the scouting reports, they were saying that he couldn't shoot? Well, he shut them up now. Edgecombe can shoot that thing. He's trying to actually poster someone. He is definitely gonna poster someone. I'm gonna tell you that. VJ Edgecombe is gonna poster someone in one day, and I'm gonna be here for it. So when you have Edgecombe there running the offense, is music to my ears. This is music to my ears when it comes to VJ Edgecombe. That is one. Two, VJ Edgecombe in the clutch is incredible. Him in the clutch is kind of like him and Jimmy Butler last year. Jimmy Butler went up, no, not last year, a couple years ago when we had Jimmy Butler. He was one of those clutch players in the league. Now VJ Edgecombe is one of the best clutch players in the league today. I would not be shocked if VJ Edgecombe wins clutch player of the year at some point down the line. I would not be shocked. He's definitely up there with clutch with clutch shooting percentage. He's up there. I think he's second or third. He is up there. At this young of an age, he's not afraid of the spotlight. Some young guys are afraid of the spotlight. Look at the Ravens kicker. I know it's football, but I'm just saying, young guys are not used to the spotlight. Look at that Ravens kicker. Blaze, I see you in the chat. I know you're loving that. I know you're loving that, Blaze, about the Ravens kicker. I had to throw that in there. BJ Edgecombe is not like that. He will rise to the occasion. He will dunk on people. BJ Edgecombe has been one of those guys that you can rely on. And I love it. I love it. And also, the fact that we have Edgecombe playing so well right now, I said this before, Blaze mocked me for this. We don't need a true point guard. We don't need a true point guard. If you want to get my reasoning, go check out my vid. Go check out my vid. But look, this is insane. I get that, Gage, but on those teams, he was to be a prime player. He was a piece to the puzzle now, and it seems like you're not accepting a role. I dig it. By the way, I never wanted PG. I know, right? Oh, wait, what is up, man? What is up? Who wants to get traded from Atlanta to another trash team? Trey Young wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the guy, and his time in Atlanta was going down. It was decreasing. Welcome in, and all right. Yeah. Here we are. Yeah. I didn't mock you. Yes, you did. I didn't mock you. I agree we don't need one, but lots of fun. Pause, pause. Yep. No, pause. Pause. Look, this game is exactly fun. This is so much fun to, this is so much fun. Like, to watch this team succeed, to watch them go up and down the court. Blaze, nobody in their right mind shouldn't have ever wanted BG. Just one of those divas for me. That is true. And here's another thing about Paul George. When was the last time he's done a podcast? When was the last time he's done a podcast? That is my question. He hasn't done one this season. Steelers versus Houston. Oh, that game is going to be fun. That is going to be fun. I'm going to be watching that game Saturday. I'm going to be watching that game Saturday. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I agree, Jay. Very true. Look, it's just very, very fun for this team. And are there holes? Yes, there's holes in every single team. Like the decision that Daryl Morey's going to have to make. Is he going to make a trade? Power forward rotation is looking really good right now. VJ Edgecombe changing the 76ers for the better. Kelly Oubre came back. The big three, the defense, consistency as of late. Like, all positives. NFL players should be very good this year. Should be good this year. Yes. Yes, especially the Eagles on Sunday. I will be live for that Eagles game, guys. I will be live for that game on Sunday. And we're gonna do Cool Cat Mitch post game on that stream as well. So we're gonna combine them both on that because I got Raw on the next night. So what? And then I want to talk about Quentin Grimes some more here. Quentin Grimes had 16 points. I thought that was crazy because in the beginning of the game, he was not playing well at all. Quentin Grimes was not that guy in the beginning of the game. He was at the later stretch. You gotta love Quentin Grimes. He's stepping up to the occasion, man. He wants to get paid. Quentin Grimes wants to get paid. And shout out to Andre Drummond. He hit 2 corner threes. Andre Drummond hit 2 corner threes. That is crazy. How many corner threes has Andre Drummond hit this year? I gotta look this up. I mean, has Andre made this season? He made 15. He made 15 threes. 15. 15 corner threes, Drummond. I'm not streaming the college football this year. I'm not. Because the Sixers are on that night. Sixers are on that night. So, yeah, I'm not streaming that game. I am not this year. So, yeah. Hey, Blaze, if you want to come in right now, I'll send you the link. Captain Corner 3. You know what's funny? My best friend, when she would tell me, Mitch, it's like Family Guy. Corner 3. Corner 3. I want to run Drummond on my offense. Paint until the ball was shot. Drummond is expanding his game. You know what he's doing? You know what he's doing, Jay? Andre Drummond is changing his game kind of like how Brooke Lopez did. Remember how Brooke Lopez was the guy that he was always down low, and then when he got to the Milwaukee Bucks, he was the guy where he was hitting threes consistently. This is Drummond's time for him to expand his game. That only helps the team going forward. And I honestly love it. It's hysterical when he shoots the ball, and we're like, "Is it gonna go in? Is it gonna go in? Is it gonna go in? It goes in! Yeah, he makes it." So I honestly, that is honestly the greatest thing. Sixers play on the 19th. So you just stream that. Sixers play on the 19th. Who do they play on the 19th? Hold on. I want to see who they're playing on the 19th. I think I'm streaming that. I'm going to be streaming it regardless. Yeah, the Pacers. Okay. Yep. They're streaming the Pacers. I'm streaming a lot of Sixers games this year. I'm going to be streaming a lot more Sixers games in this month. Arku, Mitch is just salty. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Can we just get a good we got our coach. Brooke had some solid moves. Drummond is like Dwight Howard offensively. No post game. Just dunks and 1 and 2 threes. Hey, if he's making the threes, I'm all good with it, man. I am all good with it. Maybe not at like the tail end of the game, right? That is not when I want Drummond to hit the three. Like if we're up by a lot, then shoot the three. If you're wide open, shoot it, right? If he's making it, good. If he's not making it, he'll make a fool of himself. So just get rebounds and shoot corner three, Drummond. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Drummond has been really surprising this year. Has been really, really surprising this year. And what I mean by that, especially with the corner threes, he looks like he's running up and down the court. He's looking more healthier. The second stint right now with this with the first one, this stint could be better than the first one. I'm just gonna say that. This stint could be better than the first stint with Drummond on the Sixers. It can. So yeah. Now with the Sixers team, how do you guys feel about this team right now? I want to know about you guys right now about this team. I want to know how you guys feel about this, man. But it's the Sixers right now. Like I said everything I need to say. I said everything I need to say about this team. So look, McCain is the only question mark. Jerry McCain is the only question mark. Corner threes are corner three shooters are players that just get in the way. Example: Westbrook. Westbrook's the highest scoring point guard in NBA history. He just passed Oscar Robertson. So with Russell Westbrook, right? He's the highest scoring point guard in the NBA now. Could he be the guy? Could he be in the Hall of Fame? Could Drummond be in the Hall? Not Drummond. Yeah, is Westbrook in the Hall of Fame? He doesn't have any rings, but he does have cases of All-Stars, first unanimous or MVP with the triple double. He's got the most scoring of point guards, like most triple doubles in history. The games I've watched so far that I got chance to have a legendary backcourt. What are you talking about? The Sixers game? Are you talking about the Sixers right now? That is the bright spot of this team right now. Here's a good one. Arco, I'm glad you brought this up. It went nowhere without KD. Yeah, he's not exactly who you get. He's not the guy that can get you to win a championship. He's not that guy, but he has so many accolades. He has a case. He has a case in the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna put that on the Hardcore Sports Network community tab for sure. All right. So there's only one person that can hurt the Sixers team. There's only one person. Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse is the only player, or my God, not player. Nick Nurse is the only person that can hurt the Sixers team. He is. If he doesn't call a timeout, the right situation, he could be a guy that costs us a game-winning shot. We've seen that a time before. We've seen that a couple times with his coaching strategies, not bringing the players at the right time, taking them out too early. Nick Nurse is the only guy that can hurt the Sixers. He's the only guy that could set them up to fail. Like Embiid is playing well. Maxi's playing tremendous. Edgecombe is playing out of his mind. Paul George is playing his role. Nick Nurse has to control that. He has to control that. He's been doing subpar this year. He's been doing subpar, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But Nick Nurse is the only guy that can hurt the Sixers team. He's the only guy. That's the truth. The Sixers can only beat themselves. It's Nick Nurse and it's basically health injuries. So Nick Nurse is the only guy. At this point, it's not an easy job for Nick Nurse. He has to juggle the lineups and know when to play up tempo and when to slow it down. Yeah, I want him the best, man. I want him the best. You ready for this? Please, you guys in the chat, you guys are gonna love this. I told this to my barber last week. Last week. We went from a doctor to a nurse. We went from a doctor to a nurse. How funny is that? We went from a doctor to a nurse. And I'm like, we're just getting bad luck here. We're just getting bad luck. Oh, you did say that last year? I must have forgot. I must have forgot. I apologize. But yeah, it's still kind of funny. We went from a doctor, Kyle Lowry. Speaking of Kyle Lowry, it's so nice of him not playing. It is so nice of him not playing as well, or not playing at all. When you look at this, right? Kyle Lowry, he has only played 5 games. Kyle Lowry has only played 5 games, 1 point per game, zero board or one board. Bleh. Kyle Lowry played 5 games, 1 point per game, one board per game, one assist per game, shooting 40% from the field, 40% from three, no free throw percentage, and 60% efficiency field goal percentage. That's Kyle Lowry, yeah, and I'm so glad he's not playing. The nurse is better. I agree. You want to No, I don't want Kyle Lowry. Next we get the surgeon. Yeah, I just had to bring that up real quick because last year, before we had Edgecombe, we were always missing that piece. Kyle Lowry had to play some games, man. That was ugly. Eric Gordon had to play some games. So, look, I'm definitely had fun with this team, man. So apparently, Kyle Lowry will not return before the trade deadline. May not play at all this year. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. Ah, man. You know what? Let's go around the league, right? Let's go around the league for the tonight's games. So tonight, who's playing? We got. We only have 4 games tonight. As of right now, Indiana at Charlotte. Shout out to my guy Metz. He will be live on the Hardcore Sports Network for the Indiana Pacers versus Charlotte Hornets. He will be live tonight. Make sure to join him on the Hardcore Sports Network at 7 p.m. We got the Pacers at the Hornets. I'm going Hornets. I'm going Hornets right now. Pacers think they're the worst team in the league, so I'm going Hornets. Miami at Chicago. Miami's coming off of not Miami. Chicago coming off of a close loss against Detroit. So I'm going Chicago here. Cavs at the Timberwolves. I'm going Timberwolves here, man. I'm going Timberwolves. Mavericks at Utah. I'm going Mavericks. Only 4 games. Only 4 games. Only 4 games tonight. Sixers have the night off. We're against Magic tomorrow. That is going to be hella fun to watch. So, yeah, guys, if you guys don't have anything else, I might just close it out here. Hold on, I just found something. Anthony Davis's goal is to receive a max extension. Well, the Hawks can do that now. The Hawks can do that. The Atlanta Hawks could actually make that happen. If he's out of Dallas, goes to there, that could happen. Lowry's sisters are paying, and his sister goes to put on her jersey, take up her other spot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kyle Lowry or Eric Gordon on the roster. I feel like they're taking up a couple spots, but I really feel like this is Kyle Lowry's last year. I really feel that way. Eric Gordon, I don't know if he'll come back. Yeah, I said that. I said that earlier in the stream. Yabu's on the trading block. I wonder what Sixers fans are going to want him back. Let's look up Gerson Yabusele's stats real quick. This season, Yabu's averaging 3 points, 2 boards, 1 assist. He's shooting 41% from the field, 35% from three, and 67% from the free throw line. 67. So Yabu has not been playing well at all. He has not. I can't believe I said I wanted him. And now I'm so glad we don't have Ace Bailey. I'm so glad. I've been saying that for a while. 6'7". 6'7". So yeah, guys, this stream has been really fun. I'm thinking about doing this more consistently. I just had a lot to talk about on the stream. A lot to talk about. I felt like I made some good points here. Now, there's a lot of clips I could take from here and make YouTube shorts. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night for the Magic and Sixers. Catch you guys tomorrow. All right. MK out. Peace, guys. Have a good one. Peace.